with a highlight from last night. It's the Raiders, it's the Texans. It's time to over-dissect Fernando Mendoza. He is going to be visiting C.J. Stroud. Two quarterbacks here looking to take steps forward this season. We'll start with Stroud. First quarter, no score. This was a really nice, thorough drive to open the game. Stroud's going to find Jared Wayne on 3rd and 10 from inside the 50. The drive would continue. Watch this, Jordan Rodgers. 3rd and 4, a little shake and bake.
Oh, I love it. Using his mobility, finding a receiver late. He looked like he was in command, and he looks like he's got some of that confidence back.
Let's get the ground game going. Woody Marks.
That'll help.
All the way. Raiders are not going to enjoy watching that tape in the morning. 7-0 Texans. Fernando Mendoza, the #1 overall pick. Opening drive. Jalen Naylor, take me through it.
Love this throw. Little curl around. It's completely covered up by an underneath defender. He throws the receiver open. Those are some of the traits as to why he got picked first. And here's some of the rookie mistakes that we're starting to see and the reason they want to develop him. Going late over the middle. Wade Woodaz,
a great name that requires a nickname, but we aren't going to do that here because it is a morning show.
We got too many Woodies. Woody Marks, Woodaz. What are we doing here?
Woodaz. What a play. Stepping in front. Graz, you're going to see the veteran leadership of Max Crosby here in a moment, taking the young quarterback aside to discuss the play with him.
Yeah, and this is what you want. I mean, like, the organization is invested in Fernando Mendoza. That means everybody, and they want to keep his spirits up. I'm not sure it was necessary.
Next drive.
His spirits are up.
Yeah, I don't know if you can bring that guy's spirits down. He's like Buddy the Elf. Mendoza sitting in the pocket, coming off the sack here. He's going to find Malik Benson. Rodgers, this is the resilience we saw so often in Indiana.
Yeah, after that interception, I think he completed 6 passes in a row, so came back confident, finding Benson there. Great anticipation throw.
Mike T, later in the drive, 3rd and 7. We're going to hit Benson, but he's going to drop the ball. It is the preseason after all. Drive ends there. Raiders win 22-20. Mendoza 8 of 15, 86 yards, 1 interception. So let's talk about it. Jordan Rodgers, I'm going to start with you through the quarterback's eyes. What did you see from Fernando Mendoza in his second preseason start?
Well, I think we saw some of the traits as to why he got drafted, right? The processing, how quickly the ball comes out of his hands. But I think we also saw that he needs to get a little more comfortable with what open actually looks like in the NFL. It's very different than college football. I think on that interception specifically, we'll break it down later. He had 2 chances to throw to guys that in the NFL, we call that open. In college, yeah, you move on and you try to make a play. But those are the things you saw out of Mendoza. He's looking downfield, trying to hit something, throws back over the middle late. There's multiple rookie moments within this one play. Not staying in the pocket as well led to feeling like he had some pressure. So these are great, though. Would you rather he goes out there and doesn't get tested, isn't under pressure, doesn't make mistakes? No, you want to get back in the film room with some bumps and bruises so you can look at it. That's when you grow the most. So this will be good for Mendoza.
Mike T, anything you were watching last night that popped off the screen at you?
Yeah, this throw right here, his first completion, Jordan touched on it. It was the anticipation. When you're evaluating a young or rookie quarterback, guys, you want to see what their A-level ability is, what their ceiling is. When you can throw with this sort of anticipation and accuracy, he's going to be just fine. There's going to be growing pains, as Jordan alluded to. But if I'm the Raiders and I see that with a small window, that's a very difficult throw to layer the ball in before the receiver's out of his break. As accurate as it was, I'm encouraged because I could clean up the other stuff. Very few quarterbacks can make that throw.
And real quick, think about it. How many times do we see him last night under center doing deep play actions? He never did that in college. And I mean never. He only had a couple snaps in his entire career under center. We even saw under center 7-step drop. I haven't seen that since the mid-1980s, essentially, in the NFL. So they're asking him to do things that he hasn't really done, and there's still flashes of the brilliance.
Yeah, 5 snaps from under center in his college career. Yeah. He had 4 last week in the preseason game. To Mike T's point, you see the A-level performance. You see why he was drafted first overall. You also see a lot of what he still has to work on. So you come away from the Raiders' preseason games, either one of them at this point, you know why they took him, and you know why they're going to start Kirk Cousins week 1, because he has more to do. Beautiful thing about Mendoza is you go back to that press conference from a couple days ago after the Texans' first-team defense was knocking him around in a joint practice, and he's energized. He's like, well, there's some plays I liked and some plays I wanted back. Actually, I didn't want him back because they're great learning experience. Like he's just – so he's everything they want him to be right now. That does not include being their week 1 starter, but that's fine. Tom Brady is I don't know if he's running the organization. He's a high-level decision maker in that organization. He's been vocal about rookie quarterbacks being ruined by playing too soon. This guy is not going to play right away, and you can see what it is that they still need him to do.
And to that point, Graz, like when you speak to people around the league, people are fascinated by the Tom Brady impact on this.
Yeah.
Jordan and I were talking about, is Fernando Mendoza going to be number 2, or is it going to be Aiden O'Connell? So, again, quarterbacks are ruined before they're developed. It's really going to be interesting to see when Fernando Mendoza plays. Is it after Thanksgiving? Does Kirk Cousins get hurt? Does he go in sooner? It's a very fascinating dynamic because clearly Tom Brady has a long-term plan, and it'll be interesting to see if they stick to it.
Marcus, go ahead.
I believe that one of the reasons, other than just get him experience, that they're putting him in against the Texans defense in joint practice to find that out. Can he be our backup, or would we need to go to Aiden O'Connell if Kirk Cousins got hurt in September? I think that's part of what the Raiders are trying to figure out right now.
And I think right now you saw that he should be 3 right now, which is okay. Fernando Mendoza should not step on the field until he is ready, not because Kirk goes down, not because they start 1-5. If it's early and they need a quarterback, Aiden O'Connell should be that guy right away. And then whenever it is that Mendoza is ready because of him, you go to him.
You're in a division with Mahomes, with Herbert and the Chargers who are loaded up, with the Broncos who are coming off, a 14-win season?
Yep.
There's no rush.
Yep.
The Raiders haven't won a playoff game since Rich Gannon. There's no rush. Wow. On the other side, a little bit more of a sense of urgency with C.J. Stroud and the Texans, given the defense they've put together and the offense that didn't come through last season. What's at stake for Stroud this year?
His long-term future in Houston. He's got 3 years in, which means he's eligible for an extension, and he didn't get one. The Houston Texans are a team that is as aggressive as any team in the league in terms of doing veteran extensions with their stars as soon as they can. The fact that C.J. Stroud doesn't have one yet indicates that the organization wants to see more from him. The way last season ended was unacceptable. His performance, honestly, in both playoff games, even the one they won, it needs to be better. They believe they've built, obviously they have the defense. They believe they've built a group around him to help him succeed. They have had one of the worst, if not the worst, run games in the league over the first 3 years of C.J. Stroud's career. You saw Woody Marks. You didn't see David Montgomery. They feel like they've put together a real run game for him this year. C.J. Stroud, it's not fair. He's been to the second round of the playoffs every year of his career. There are a lot of quarterbacks that have not accomplished what he's accomplished. No. They have higher hopes than that. If he doesn't deliver on them this year, and it ends like last year did, they're going to have to ask themselves, is this the guy we want to commit to moving forward?
Feels a little bit, operative phrase, to the situation in Philadelphia. They're giving you a great defense. They're trying to build up the running game, put some weapons around you, not asking you to go out and win it like Patrick Mahomes would have to do for the Chiefs. Going out there and asking you to operate within the structure and not lose the football game. You made an interesting point this morning when we were talking about how waiting for an extension could actually serve both parties here.
Joe, it's a very unique situation because rarely do you see both sides potentially benefiting. So if you're Houston, as you guys have alluded to, we're talking about in a historically great defense. They have loaded up at all 3 levels, unquestionably a top 2 or 3 defense. And you're saying, okay, can we put Davis Mills in there? Can we put a B-minus quarterback in there and pay them $20, $30, $35 million a year and win and have a representative chance to go to the Super Bowl? If I'm C.J. Stroud, if that number doesn't begin with a 6, meaning $60 million or more, why should I take less than all these other young emerging quarterbacks? To Graz's point, his body of work probably doesn't justify it yet. If I'm him, I'm probably going to bet on myself this year.
Jordan, final word. You went back and watched the playoff game against New England last year. What did you see?
Yeah, I think the issue is not ability with C.J. Stroud. It's between the ears. I think he needs to realize he doesn't have to be a top 5 quarterback for this team to reach the Super Bowl with that defense. And when you go back and watch every interception from this game, one was tipped, not his fault. The other 3 that were his fault, all on first down. All moments where he forced throws that he didn't need to, whether because he was late or trying to force a throw right there. The play is dead. Don't make a bad play worse. That's what he did right there. I think he felt the pressure of the elite defense, of the window that they had. I think he tried to play outside of his means. He doesn't need to do that this year. The run game can be better. Second year in this system will help. I think between the ears is where the growth needs to happen because he'll be just fine.
As our resident quarterback, I want you to take a look at this and explain this to us. This is Stroud's warm-up before the preseason game last night.
You know, a lot of people stretch their hammies. You know, they stretch out the back, they loosen up. You got to stretch the optic nerve, too. You got to get those eyes loosened up to read all 53 1/3. That field is wide. It's tall as well. Those receivers are tall. You got to get the eyes going. I think Stroud's always been the kind of guy, he likes to warm up with a basketball. He likes to get the eye workout in before. He's always pushed the envelope with getting the body ready.
Bryce, is this how you warm up before writing a column?
Yeah, or a show. Like you didn't see me.
Well, you do it like the finger stretches, like you're really just.
I mean,
absolutely.
Every part of my body is tight. Maybe my optic nerve isn't the one. Isn't the one that...
Let's let that lay right there because there's a developing story that we're going to want to pay attention to in San Francisco, which will trend us or